does not follow through, does not do what they're told to do, depending on the circumstances, you can go back to them and say, oh, this wasn't done. And they said, well, I didn't realize it was important. And you can say, well, that was my fault then. I obviously gave you the impression that this directive or this assignment was optional. And it's not something that's optional. Okay, so what you did was you focused on the directive, not on her. You actually took the blame yourself, even though it might not have been you. But the result you want is that directive to be followed through. And not only that, the next one and the next one and the next one thereafter. Because it could in fact be that you've given directives in the past, they've been ignored and you haven't followed up on those. They just sort of vanished. Okay, so you want to keep track of that. I don't know, I hate to say it's a trick because you're not really trying to trick people, but what you're literally trying to do is focus on why it wasn't done or done correctly. And then you're assuming that it was your fault. That takes the pressure off of them so they don't feel defensive. And you focus on the issue at hand, which is why they did not complete the directive or the assignment. Now, if at that point, if they still don't do it, then that's another issue. Okay? So hopefully if you do this several times, the employee begins to see the behavior shift slightly, and they begin to see, well, I need to do it when I'm told to do something. I need to do it. And I don't need to sit and reason why necessarily. I need to just do it. It could be also that perhaps you didn't lay out the priorities there. There's a priority of things that are important, and maybe what the impression was is that this wasn't very important. Okay, so and again, I think you can get 80% improvement simply by focusing on it. Do it again in the meetings that you have. Bring up the issue of the errors. Actually, take 2 or 3 examples in, just 10 or 15 seconds on each one. Here's one where this happened. Here's one where this happened. Want to watch that? Then you move on. Okay, and that keeps it in the focus. It's not always easy to get employees to do what they're supposed to do.